It's the Art Studio Extravaganza.
Welcome to the art studio at home. You guys rocked your robots last week. So this week we're going to do something a little different. We're going to still read our story. Then we're going to do some amazing artwork about our story. But first we got to decide what book we're going to read. So, what season is it? I think it changed while we were not at school. Is it wintertime, summertime, fall, or could it be spring? I think it's spring. So we might read a story about spring, and we might read a story that could be about a holiday too. Is it Christmas? Is it Valentine's? Oh, I know, it's Halloween. Let's see if I have a hint right here. Could it be Easter? It is. So we are going to read a story that's going to be about Easter and kind of about springtime and things that happen during spring. So I need a drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to read Egg by Kevin Hinkes. It's going to be awesome. Okay, stay tuned for our read aloud. Before we start, I want to give you a little bit of a hint about this book. There are not a lot of words, but there are a lot of illustrations or pictures in the book. So I want you to pay a lot of attention to what the illustrator or the artist did in this book. Kevin Hinkes, Egg. Egg, 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 egg. Crack, crack, crack. Egg? Surprise! 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 Egg? Goodbye! 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 Egg? Waiting, 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 waiting. Peck, 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 peck. Crack. Surprise! Oh no. Alone, sad, lonely, miserable. Friends. The end. So what happened in this book? Were the chicks that popped out, and they flew away, and what popped out of that weird egg was an alligator. Was it the same? It wasn't the same as the chicks. And he was lonely and sad until they came back and they were all friends. So we are going to create some art. Let's think about what we could make. Could it be an egg? I think it is. Okay, let's get started. Okay guys, we're going to talk about the materials we're going to need to do our egg art project. First we're going to need paper. So go grab some paper. We're also going to need a pencil to draw with at first and some color washable markers. We're going to turn these color washable markers into watercolors by doing our magic trick that we do in the art studio by using water and a paintbrush. So you're going to need markers, water, and a paintbrush. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. So you need to get your mom and dad to help you with your scissors. And friends who are a little bit younger, I really want your parents to probably help you cut this out. So we're going to start by drawing our egg. So I want to think about the shape of an egg. What shape is that? Is it a triangle? Is it a rectangle? Is it a circle? No, it is an oval. And we can think about other things that are shaped like an oval. I can think of, your face can be the shape of an oval. What else can? I want you to look around your house and see if you can find anything else that is shaped like an oval. I just thought of a letter and a number that is an oval. A 0 and an O. So when we start drawing, let's think about that. Okay, since if I use pencil, you really can't see it. I'm going to start with a marker. I like for you to use a pencil just in case you have to erase. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want my tiny egg to be like this. I want it to be a big egg. So I'm going to start at the very top of my paper. Not the bottom, but the top. And we're going to start. And I'm going to think about it as it being an O. So I'm going to come down, go all the way to the bottom, and come all the way up top to meet it. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but that's okay. So now we're going to have a perfect egg ready to color. Now the next step is we're going to cut it out. Now parents, if your child is struggling to draw your O in a circle, you guys can cut it out for them and they can trace it, or you can just cut it out and let them paint it later. So our next step is to cut out. So I'm going to grab your scissors. Remember, when we're using safety with scissors, we need to be sitting down. We need to make sure we're not touching the point, that we keep it just like this. And we need to remember that our alligator wants to eat that paper. It wants to go chomp, chomp, chomp. So we put 1 and 2 fingers down here. So I'm going to pick up my paper, use my helper hand, and I'm going to start cutting out. So what I want you to do is just go around your oval. Do you notice how I'm turning? Okay, so we're going to pause, come back, and we're going to have these cut out. Okay, so now you should have an egg cut out. I have 2 eggs cut out because I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. So our next step is to obviously color it. So we're going to use our washable markers, and we're going to use either a warm color palette or a cool color palette. So if I'm going to get a warm colors, what colors do you think I should get? Colors that remind us of the sun, of being warm outside of fire. So we could use these colors. Now if I was doing a cool palette, I would remind things that make me cold, kind of like an Elsa colors. And I would use this color palette. So we're going to use a warm color palette first. So I'm going to put the cool colors back. Okay? And so we're going to color. And your coloring can be a little bit different than normal. Like when I said to color in the robot, I said to color in your best. This is going to be different because we're going to push the colors out with water later. So we're going to kind of color a different way. We're going to color, not your best coloring. It can just be around. And this can be up to you how you want to do it. This does not have to look just like mine. This is just a way to do it. I'm going to come down here, color a little down here. Again, it's just easy coloring because we want our water to do all the work for us today, which is kind of nice, I guess. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to come back up, color some more. Maybe I want to add a little more down here. So I'm going to color a little more. And like I said, it is okay if it's not your best coloring. So now I finished my red. Maybe I want some orange. I'm going to make orange, instead of going vertical, I'm going to go horizontal. My orange, I'm going to come in. And this egg can be any kind of egg you want it to be. It could be an alligator egg. It could be a chick egg, just like in our books. Or it could be a dinosaur egg. Or a robin's egg. Or even a platypus egg. It can be what you want it to be. I'm kind of making mine more of an Easter egg. Okay, so now maybe I want to add, what color I haven't used? Yellow. That'd be kind of fun. So I'm going to come in and do some quick yellow all around. And look, I'm doing zigzags. Not coloring in too much. Awesome work. One last color, as I'm going to add a little pink to it. Just for some fun, pop a color. Okay, awesome work. So, pause, go color yours, and I'm going to have a surprise on my next egg with my cool color palette. Ready, set, let's be creative. Great job coloring, guys. I finished up my other egg on a cool color palette, and I did kind of a pattern, an ABC pattern. A, B, C, right? A, B, C. So we're going to first paint my warm color one. And I'm just going to get my paintbrush and my water right by. And just like in the art studio, we're going to dip and swirl and get our brush, give them a bat. Then we're going to start painting. And what's going to happen is it's going to start taking those colors together and blending them all together. Now I'm going to remember not to push too hard on my paper. What's going to happen to it? That's right, it's going to rip, and we do not want that. So we're going to start just using it and allowing it to do. What I'm going to do really quickly, and maybe you should guys too, is just get another piece of paper, and you can put it underneath it. Just so it's easier to go. You can get all around. So all my colors are starting to push and come around. So I'm going to finish this one up. You guys start painting, and then we'll do our next one and see what happens. Awesome job turning regular markers into watercolors. So I have my warm egg and my cool egg over here. Can't wait to see yours. Tell your parents to send them along so I can see them. Also, look for our challenge, and I'm going to put some special links underneath this video so you guys can try some egg dyeing and egg art on your own at your house. Can't wait to see it too. Everyone have a great week. See you later.